We're, again, a young team. We keep saying that. It's a kind of common theme for us, but that's what we are. It's not an excuse for the way we play. We've got to continue to get better and improve and advance. And I think as long as we're trending upward, I've got to be pleased with that. And I think we're still growing. We're still moving. And we've been decent so far. I don't think we've put together a 40-minute effort, a consistent 40-minute yet this season. And I think when we do, it'll be a beautiful thing. I don't know when that'll happen. Hopefully it's sooner than later. But we're headed in the right direction thus far. I think just a big part is reps, right? Just guys on the court together consistently over time. I mean, consistency builds confidence. That's really kind of the way I see it. So if you can show consistency throughout, I think players become confident in one another and really understand what it is they're looking for. We run, a lot of motion offense, so there's a lot of freedom of movement. Guys get to make decisions on the courts. Our offense has not been great so far. Our shooting percentages are well below where we'd want them, and part of it is a symptom of guys haven't been together long enough to really understand the spacing and the cutting and reading some of the screens. But you hope with a little time and reps that you do get to a point where then you put 40 minutes together on both ends. Yeah, 14 out of 15. It's not. It's like somebody telling you you're ugly, and you just kind of got to take it. But the reality is, don't put a lot of stock into it. I don't care if we were one, if we were two. I told the guys it doesn't tell us who we are. It just tells us what people think about us, and it's on us to decide who we want to be. And it doesn't change what we do in practice. It doesn't change the structure. I'm not looking at that saying, oh boy, we got to go work on this now. It's really, it's a ranking, it's a number. I care about what it looks like at the end of the year. That's the important one to me. And, we want to inch that number up, quite a ways, I think. But, yeah, we've been working at it. So motivation, I don't know. You mentioned intrinsically motivated. I like guys who step on the floor, whether it's an open gym, it's 21, it's one-on-one, and they want to win, they don't need somebody to tell them that they need to do more, you're not good enough. They just have that in them. Hey, I want to win every time I get out here. So, yeah, I'll leave that there. That's fine. It's neither here nor there. We're just focused on us. Yeah, I was fortunate to have a ton of success at Winona. Had really good coaches, had great players around me. I think it starts with that, is getting elite players and putting them in positions to be successful and coaching them up. But it's a journey. Everywhere you've been, you take the probably best things that you've experienced, whether that was Winona, West Texas A&M, Illinois Wesleyan, time down in Australia. All of those kind of formulate who you are as a coach. And I think every coach should say that. And you want to take the best things that you learn in those moments and bring them to your program. And, Winona, we had great chemistry. That was really a big piece of it. Yeah, we had talent, but we had guys who were really unselfish, played together, played incredibly hard. Loved one another. We're still tight to this day. That's really what I want to see with this group of guys, is a really tight-knit group that long after they're done on the court, they're still hanging out. I think to me, that's my test of, hey, were you successful? And if those guys are still kicking it 10, 15, 20 years from now, I know I did my job. I think they're having fun. I hope they're not having too much fun, but, they got 8 guys in a dorm living on the same floor together, one door away. That's what college is about. It takes me back to when I was, a freshman. I enjoyed that. You're away from home for the first time. You're out there meeting new people. You're in a different setting, and you're doing it with, some of your buddies that you're playing with every day on the floor. And I think that's a really positive thing. The recruitment side is big. You want to get the right guys in here who fit, who are about the right things. And I think the group is. They're about it. They're working hard. They're getting up shots after hours, which is really important. I'm not somebody who's going to say, hey, you got to come in, in your off time and make 500 shots. But if you want to be good, it's probably what you should be doing. Any good team, those guys are in the gym putting in the extra time. So, yeah, the group, they've been working hard. They're bought in. It's been good. Yeah, well, I think anytime any class you get, you're going all in on. Whether you got to get more guys, whether you got to get 2 guys, whoever you get. I mean, you really want those guys to be good. And like I said before, if you want a team that's going to compete at the highest level, you got to have great players, right? So I don't think anything's different now looking at this next class. It's just fewer players, but you still need the same level of talent coming in there. So I think we've got a good core group between young guys who have come back, who are working hard and really have brought them along and made them feel included. That's helped so much this year to have that. And I think we're in a better place right now, certainly, than we were a year ago. And I hope a year from now, I'm saying the exact same thing. We are in such a better place now than we were just 12 months ago. Defense and rebounding were 2 things that we just have hammered through the preseason, because we knew last year we just weren't very good in that space. We got beat up on the boards pretty consistently, and I think it was a reason for a few of our losses. And then defensively, we weren't great. Shooting percentage were pretty high against us. So yeah, we've really kind of narrowed in on that through the preseason, and maybe to some point at the expense of our offense. But we knew we needed to get better there. We needed to get guys acclimated. They had to know how physical it was going to be in the league, to box guys out, to go and high point it. If ball goes up in the air for some teams, sometimes that's their offense when it comes off the rim. So we had to be able to match that, and so far we have. We've done a pretty good job there. I think it's, clearly why we've won some games despite some shooting that hasn't been where it needs to be for us to get to our top side.
Yeah, I get this one a lot. Now there was an Australian here before me, so that certainly helped with the connection. But I wanted to come to college over here in America. I get this lifestyle and experience to play basketball pretty much every day and then study while doing it. So I came on an AAU trip in 2019. That was my senior year of high school. And yeah, got some film from there and just reached out to coaches, and then found my way at St. Cloud. Yeah, so I mean, anywhere I could get some interest, I was certainly starting there. But then the NSIC is definitely a really good conference, and that is recognized by people who know about college back home. So this was definitely a conference I was targeting to try end up for sure. Yeah, it's been a solid start, but it's very early and we're aware of that. So we're just focused on keep stacking each day at practice, and keep trying to win each game and compete hard, because it is a very long season, and we know we got some really good teams on our schedule pretty much every week. So yeah, we don't look too much into that, but certainly the start has been solid. It's the best start while I've been here. But yeah, like I said, we don't look too much into that. We just keep going each day. Yeah, certainly a leader. I think I've always been kind of a leader in most teams I've played in, naturally as a point guard, but also just vocally. So certainly trying to keep that up this year, and especially because we've got a lot of young guys, a lot of freshmen, and this is my 4th year now. So, being a leader is definitely a big part of my role on the team. And yeah, just kind of playing that point guard role and feeling, whatever we need on a nightly basis. We just want to keep showing up every day in practice and every week. We've had a good start, but like I was saying, it's a long season, and, we just got to keep at it, because, being in my 4th year here, I know that there's a lot of games to be played and a lot of good opponents. But we just want to keep getting to work and keep enjoying the ride as well, because if we enjoy it, it certainly makes it a lot easier. But yeah, we definitely are striving to have a good year. So keep competing and enjoying it is the main things for the younger guys. Oh, in practice, we're just, again, it's the same kind of stuff we've been doing all throughout the preseason. we do have a lot of new faces playing together. So it's not like, this is our 4th year all together and we know exactly how to play with each other. So we're still growing with that. But yeah, just both ends of the floor, that consistency is certainly what we focus on each day.
So there are a few reasons why I came here. So played through the prep hoop circuit, and I wanted to always stay closer to home, and I'm close to my family. I have 3 younger sisters, and we're always been close my life. And like when Coach Henderson recruited me, he recruited me really hard, and it was hard to give up. They told me I was going to have a role in the team, and like I was able to make an impact right away, and that is something that kind of pushed me. The facilities here are really nice. It's a Nike school, and I've always liked that. But just like the impact and like the family concept and culture that Coach Henderson and Coach O'Brien gave to me, something I couldn't really pass upon. Yeah, it's not the best feeling when you get picked 14th and out of 15th in the conference. It is a motivating factor, but as Joe said, it's not something that we focus on, but it's something that pushes us to be even better and like to feel that the coaches like in this league and others in this league they don't realize that we have the potential, and we're all raw and young, and so no one really knows the true talent that we have, and I feel like we can show that, and like we can slowly develop this year to be able to prove ourselves wrong or prove everyone else wrong. And it is a motivation, but it's not a biggest factor for us. Yeah, we have 8 freshmen on the team. We're all on the same level in our dorm. We're constantly together. We are driving to get food places or what's not. We hang in the dorm lobby. It's just like it's a really close team, and the guys. The 6 returners that we have been really close. They've been here a long time together, and now that we have 8 freshmen, I think the seniors and the upperclassmen have just been really good and inclusive to us, like to helping us give that transition. That has helped us like a ton. We've all been connected really well. I think we're a really close core, and that really pushes us to have that really high team morale, and gives us a good opportunity to be great. So, from what I've heard and what I've seen so far, it's a really great league. It's one of the best T2, if not the best D2 in the country, and so you find the best physical, strong, tall, athletic players that you don't see. I didn't see any of that really in high school a lot, and now that you find each high school's best player playing all together. It's a really big difference, but I think it's been the not the toughest transition for me, because I've known that it was going to be super physical, it was going to be a lot faster tempo, but it's a fun league to play in. It's fast paced and big guys, but it's a good learning step, and still learning through it, but I like it a lot. I've been having fun, and it's going to be a tough season, but it's going to be a good season.